Chelsea have signed a striker who scored a hat-trick in 9 minutes on his manager's first game in charge, a teenager who isn't even 18 yet and already looks like a Premier League player, and a winger so highly rated that Sporting fought off Manchester United just to keep him for one extra season before finally letting him go. Add in Danny Welbeck, Jordan Henderson, Maxence Lacroix, Pep Chavarria, and Emmanuel Emega, on top of a squad that already includes Cole Palmer, Moises Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez, and you start to understand why people around this club keep saying the same thing. This Chelsea squad is going to be big trouble for absolutely everyone in the Premier League next season. Welcome back to the channel. Whether you're a Chelsea fan trying to keep track of just how deep this squad has become, a rival fan bracing yourself for what's coming, or someone who's simply curious how Xabi Alonso is going to fit all of this talent into one team, let me know which country you're watching from, and drop your own predicted best 11 in the comments. If you're new here, hit subscribe, tap that like button, and turn on notifications, because this Chelsea rebuild is only getting started. Let's go through this squad position by position, because the depth here is genuinely frightening. In goal, Robert Sanchez remains the man in possession of the shirt, and after a solid stretch of performances since Alonso took charge, he's given his manager every reason to keep trusting him as Chelsea's #1 heading into the new season. At left back, Jorel Hato has stepped into a huge role following Marc Cucurella's departure to Real Madrid, and he's shown real composure and maturity on the ball for someone still so young. He now has genuine competition too, with Chelsea completing a deal for Rayo Vallecano's Pep Chavarria, a fullback who racked up 9 clean sheets last season and brings real defensive solidity to that position. And if either man needs a rest, Valentin Barco offers extra cover, even though he's naturally more of a midfielder by trade. At right back, this is where things get genuinely stacked. Marco Palestra arrives after being named one of the best young defenders in Serie A during his loan spell at Cagliari, and he's already shown flashes of real quality in preseason that suggest he's ready to compete for minutes right away. But Reece James remains the undisputed first choice whenever he's fit and available, and when your captain returns to full fitness and form, that alone could be the difference between a good season and a genuinely special one for this club. At center back, Levi Colwill is finally back and firing after the ACL injury that wiped out almost his entire campaign, and getting him fit again feels like a new signing in itself given how good he looked before that injury struck. Wesley Fofana continues fighting to prove he can finally stay available for a full season after years of injury disruption threatened to derail his entire Chelsea career. And then there's new signing Maxence Lacroix, already recognized as one of the fastest center backs in the entire Premier League, giving Alonso a defender who can both play out from the back the way he demands and recover at real speed when caught out of position against quick counter-attacking teams. 3 genuinely different profiles, all capable of starting on any given week, depending on the opponent. In midfield, Moises Caicedo remains the undisputed anchor of this entire team, and it's hard to overstate just how important he's become to everything Chelsea do. His work rate, his ball-winning ability, and his growing composure in possession have made him one of the most complete defensive midfielders anywhere in world football, and Chelsea's entire long-term project has been built around keeping him at the club for years to come. Alongside him, Enzo Fernandez continues to dictate tempo from a slightly more advanced role, using that elite range of passing to consistently split defenses open from deep positions that most midfielders simply cannot reach with the same accuracy. And then there's Romeo Lavia, a player whose quality has never actually been in question, only his fitness. If he can finally string together a genuinely healthy season, this midfield trio has the tools to control matches against literally any team in the league. Now for the attack, and honestly, this is where things get almost unfair. Cole Palmer remains the undisputed creative heartbeat of this team, the kind of player capable of turning a tight match on its head with a single moment of magic, whether that's a clever through ball or one of his trademark cold, calculated finishes. And a full off-season without the demands of a World Cup tugging at his body could see him return to his very best form. Estevao Willian is already showing exactly why Carlo Ancelotti rated him so highly before injury cost him a World Cup spot, combining flair, dribbling, and a genuine eye for goal that suggests he's going to be a real problem for Premier League defenders all season long. Jamie Gittins has used every single preseason opportunity to make a real case for regular minutes, scoring and impressing under Alonso's watchful eye at exactly the right time. Giovanni Quenda, still not even 18 years old, arrives with a reputation as one of the most exciting wide talents to come out of Portugal in years, having already fought off serious interest from Manchester United to complete his move to Stamford Bridge. Morgan Rogers, Chelsea's most expensive signing of the entire summer, was reportedly convinced to snub Arsenal after Alonso personally sold him on this exact project, and he's expected to deliver plenty of goals and assists in return for that kind of trust and investment. Pedro Neto adds even more quality out wide, so highly rated that Manchester City have reportedly made direct contact with his camp, and Chelsea still aren't budging on letting him leave despite that interest. And then up front, João Pedro leads the line after that unforgettable 9-minute hat-trick against Western Sydney Wanderers, instantly announcing himself as Alonso's first-choice striker. Emmanuel Omega joins as a long-term addition after years of quietly developing into one of the most productive young forwards in Ligue 1, scoring 14 goals in a single season for Strasbourg. And keep an eye on Dastan Satpayev too, the teenage forward who scored Chelsea's very first goal of the entire preseason campaign before he's even officially registered as a player, showing pace, movement, and composure well beyond his years. So step back and actually look at this squad as a whole. A goalkeeper with growing confidence, a left-back position suddenly boasting real depth and competition, a right-back spot where even the backup options would start for most Premier League clubs, 3 genuinely different but equally talented center-backs, a midfield built around one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, and an attack so deep that talented, expensive signings might genuinely struggle to force their way into the starting 11 every single week. Of course, nothing is guaranteed just from paper alone. Injuries can strike at any moment. Young players need real time to adapt to Premier League football, and Alonso still has to find the right balance and structure to actually get the best out of every single one of these players across a demanding season. But when you compare where this club stood just 12 months ago to the sheer strength and depth sitting in this squad right now, it's genuinely difficult to argue against the idea that Chelsea are about to become one of the most dangerous teams in the entire Premier League. So here's my question for you. Out of everyone we just talked about, who do you think ends up being Chelsea's most important player this season? And is this finally the squad capable of getting Chelsea back challenging at the very top of English football? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to catch every twist in this story as the season unfolds, make sure you're subscribed, the like button is right there, and turn on notifications, because this Chelsea side is only just getting started.